week's breaking news, we talk about the expansion in Vietnam with the new factory, but really, we're all here to talk about May the 1st reveals. So I hope that you're ready for this story and many others on this week's breaking news. Today's episode is brought to you by Back to Brick Wear, my newest venture into the AFL merchandise, the ultimate Lego-inspired clothing line that's not just fashionable, but also celebrates the very foundation of the Lego system we all know and love. Imagine minimalist designs that seamlessly blend style and nostalgia. Back to Brick Wear brings you high-quality apparel inspired by the iconic Lego bricks we know and love. Each piece is crafted with precision and attention to detail, making it a must-have for any Lego enthusiast. These aren't just your average threads. We're talking about minimalist designs that don't scream at you, but just show your nerddom in a classy way. And of course, they're inspired by designs found in the Lego system. And you know what screams quality? Embroidery. Almost every piece is stitched with love, featuring those iconic Lego elements. It's like wearing your childhood memories, but making them fashionable. So whether you're a hardcore AFL or just want to rock some seriously cool gear, check out the Back to Brick Wear page on Etsy. Dive into the collection, embrace the Lego spirit, and let's make some memories together. Back to Brick Wear, where the style meets nostalgia. Head over to the Back to Brick Etsy page and let the fashion adventure begin. Happy building, my friends.
Lego.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Brick. I'm your host Garrett, and this is the podcast where we talk with fellow AFLs about their Lego designs, and we get down to the breaking news to talk about all things Lego's been up to for the past week. Thank you for tuning into the podcast, and make sure to check out our YouTube channel over at Back to Brick, and the Instagram and TikTok and wherever else you really like to watch things, because, well, continuing to grow and spread my wings to see other new areas. Now, admin side, I did release the podcast early last week because I was at my sister's wedding, which went great. A lot of decorating, but a lot of fun with friends and family and some time on the beach. It was a little windy, so it wasn't like a beach day weather, but still warm and sunny. And on the admin side, I've just been working to find some new possible job opportunities still, and also working on my land application because I want to get that finished and sent in to be considered, because I think it's definitely time for round 3. And I think it's just time to be considered. This is the 3rd try, so fingers crossed, and let's see how that goes. And I also really want to thank the patrons over at my Patreon page that have been supporters of the Back to Brick brand for quite some time and helping me continue pushing on and making this podcast and all my content as best as it can. For any of those that want to join, please go over to the Patreon page and you can become a Lego stud. There's even a free option, but then the paid options, you get the episodes early without ads, and you get some fun designs, as I've just finished a MIDI-scale U-Wing that I'll be uploading as a studio file. And make sure to stick around after the news as we'll go into our set reviews. This is set 21062, the Trevi Fountain, and then our mock review is the Mangle Rack Clock by Akiyuki by Planet GBC. It's so impressive, and it's definitely worth your time to check it out. All right, let's get into this week's first breaking news story. Our first news story is about Marvel. Lego's come out with 2 new busts, and they're a little bit different than what we've seen before. We saw one bust, which was the Black Panther large-scale bust, and, well, it was a flop. It was terribly designed. It was too big and too expensive, so a lot of people just passed on it even when they did discounts. But there are 2 new ones, and they're a little bit smaller. These ones are interesting as well. First up is the Iron Spider-Man bust. It's 379 pieces at $60. Yeah, that's almost 20 cents per piece. That's pretty ridiculous. The Iron Spider-Man is the main bust, and it does come with the Iron Spider-Man minifigure. Now, the Spider-Man bust has not only the face, but also the chest area and the shoulders, and then it has, you can have additions of the golden kind of spider claws on the back, similar with the minifigure as well. Now, there's only 2, and it looks okay. This one's not terrible. It does have more printing. I wish they did the instant kill eyes instead of the blue eyes. It just has the red, and this one's on August 1st, which is a little different than our second one, which is the Iron Man Mark IV bust. It's more pieces at 436 pieces, and it'll come at a cost of also $60. It does come with the Iron Man Mark IV minifigure to it, and this one, I think it's different because it has a brick-built face that doesn't look like it very much. It's better than what they did for the helmet series, but still not great. And it does have the chest and the shoulder pieces, and then it actually has the shoulders open up where you can have the little rocket launcher piece, and it'll come out on June 1st. To be honest, it's okay. It's worse than the Spider-Man, but it's not terrible. But the prices are, and I'm not going to get these right away. Maybe not at all, because the prices are just too high, and I'll be waiting for possible reductions in price for sales, which I expect we'll get for these. Now, the reason you're all here, Star Wars May the 4th event. Now, we're getting a lot of sets, so be prepared for some of the discussion as we roll into it here. They did have a live cast where they revealed the sets, but it really didn't matter because they had already been leaked and influencers already been posting it as well. And we were already really excited for May the 4th because rumors have been going around, which, of course, rumors are just constant in the LEGO realm, especially in Star Wars. But let's get into the sets. The largest one is going to be set 75409, Jango Fett's Starship. It's an 18 plus set at 2,970 pieces and a cost of $300. It will come with 2 minifigures, young Boba Fett and Jango Fett, and it is very, very impressive. One thing I really love about this, kind of a little inside, is the designer really admired the first one that came out, which was Boba Fett's Slave One, which they had to rename to the Starfighter for this because Disney said, hey, let's not use that, which is kind of stupid. But he admired it, but he's never built it, so he kind of started from the ground up to design this build. And it is extremely impressive. They did a great job with the oval shape for the lower section. It has a ramp piece that when you press down, it'll lower so that you can walk in. The door opens, kind of a very smooth mechanism. It even has a seismic charge that you can reveal on the back. Not that you'll be displaying it on the back very often. It's just really good, and I know a lot of people are interested in this, especially because the price at almost 10 cents per piece, it is 10 cents per piece for a Star Wars build. Absolutely insane to have something like that because we've never... not never, but we don't see it very often. It does come with a display plaque, and I guarantee this will sell out online and in stores very, very quickly. I'm going to have to get into the store pretty early to get this. But it does have some seating sections to it, but it doesn't have an interior. And I think a lot of the pieces that we were expecting would indicate an interior, but it's for that outer edge to get that more clean look to it. And I think, as I said, this is going to be a very, very popular set. And of course, that's not the only sets that are coming out for May the 4th, which everything comes out on May 1st for everybody because that's what they do. But we're going to get some other sets. The first is the Luke Skywalker Rebel Pilot Brickheads. It's 138 pieces at a cost of $10, and it has a little chest piece printed. He's got his lightsaber and the goggles that go over, and of course, the helmet also has a printed piece to it. I love Brickheads, and this one's really cute, and especially for the classic price tag for Brickheads of $10. The next is Revenge of the Sith Heroes and Villains. It's a Brickhead series of 656 pieces at $50. They've done this for every May the 4th in the past, I think 2. This will be their 3rd, and it'll definitely go on discount. That's just what they do. $50 is a lot for 5 figures, but we've got Padme Amidala, Anakin Skywalker, although I'm a little disappointed it doesn't have his red eyes. I guess they're classifying him as a hero, but I definitely think he's a villain that you should have for Revenge of the Sith. That's doing its anniversary this year. General Grievous with the 4-armed lightsabers, Darth Sidious, or Emperor Palpatine, whichever you want to go with. They have it as Emperor Palpatine, but he's definitely in his Darth Sidious cloak and the yellow eyes. And then Mace Windu, which I was very excited to see. All of these were what I expected them to come out with as a rumored, and it's up to 269 brickheads. That's pretty high. The Rebel U-Wing Starfighter, it's 594 pieces at $70. It'll come with Cassian Andor, Deidre Mira, ISB Tactical Agent, and the K2SO all minifigures. This is a little smaller than what they came out with for the Rogue One, kind of skinnier, and the piece count, it's still not terrible, especially when you get these 4 minifigures to it. It does have the open ramp section and the U-Wing where it sweeps its wings out. I love the minifigures, so this is another thing, and Andor is just a great show, so I'm probably going to have to get this. The next one is a little controversial. It's the Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle. Now, the only reason it's controversial, it goes along with the busts at 386 pieces and $70. That that's almost 20 cents per piece again. And it's the largest MIDI scale that they've done, specifically because the wings are so long. I love MIDI scale. I want this. It's definitely going to have to wait to go on discount. I will design a display base on the bottom because, well, that's just kind of what I do. The next is a really fun one, the Brick Build Star Wars logo. It's 700 pieces at $70. It has some fun little scenes on the inside of it, and it's far better than what they did with Marvel. You didn't need minifigures popping out of it, and it looks just like the Star Wars logo. So that one will definitely be a purchase for me. The Jango Fett's helmet. This is the second one that they're bringing back, and they'll be doing a third, which we'll talk about. 616 pieces at $70, and it's some nice improvements from the Boba Fett design that they did. And yeah, this is, you got to put it alongside your newest Jango Fett Slave 1. Kylo Ren's helmet's 529 pieces at $70, and I want to love this, but it still has a lot of studs on top. The face pieces are printed, which is nice, but I'm not sure. I mean, if I collect the helmet series, it's the one I'll have to put on there. Another droid. This is Chopper C1-10P. It's 1,039 pieces at $100, and it looks just like Chopper. There have been some mocks that are designed that I think are just slightly better than this, but if you like the scaling of the other droids, this is one that'll go alongside all of those, and everybody loves Chopper. And now alongside those sets are gifts with purchase. We're getting a gift with purchase in the Millennium Falcon poly bag. It's 74 pieces, and it's with Star Wars purchase over $40 from May 1st through May 5th. The next one is the Camino Training Facility. It's 190 pieces and comes with clone trooper cadets. These are in their red outfits, and it comes with this enforcement ship. I think it's like it's the flying ATST at the time, and it is with a purchase of $160 or more for May 1st through the 5th. So I thought this was going to be exclusive for the Slave one, but it's just you have to spend $160. The next are moving into Insiders Rewards. There's going to be Jango Fett's Starship Keychain. This is a 2,500 Lego Insiders points, and it is a little depiction of Jango Fett's ship, but you can actually turn sideways like it's in flying mode. And on the back, it has a Star Wars logo to it. They've been doing keychains and coins before, so that is on the insider section. But something that they didn't talk about, other than if you watched online, there are some other insiders sections. One is an actual coin. This one actually is a display stand style, so it's not just circular. It has a little bottom section to it, and it is Jango Fett's Starship, and it has a seismic charge explosion, kind of a holograph like image where it shows the explosion as you move the image around, and that'll be up to 2,500 insiders points. The next is a poster. It's alongside Traveling with the Fetts, old school style of poster to it. And another one is a Star Wars pencil case with some stickers in it. Those points haven't been announced. And then, of course, more. There's going to be double insiders points for a lot of the Star Wars sets that you're definitely going to purchase on May 1st. And then they have 3 times the insiders points if you buy their creation of the galaxy or whatever it's called, the Star Wars book, which is still $150. They're supposed to come out with one that's cheaper, so I would hold off on buying that one. And you do have the opportunity to go into a raffle to get one of 2 signed Jango Fett starships by the designer. So you can go, and I think that's 50 points per entry, and I think it's 10. It could be more. So it is a packed May 1st. So a lot of people are going to be spending a lot of money. This is probably their biggest time, as well as Black Friday, because Star Wars is just their number one selling series. And I'm excited. There's some good ones, there's some bad ones, and I'd love to hear which ones you would be interested in purchasing come May 1st. LEGO Ideas is doing another challenge for Star Wars fans. This time it's to design a brick-built bounty hunter base. So it aligns with the new sets, and it's called, it's up to fans to decide whether the structure should be an all bounty hunter or make a dedicated base for popular characters like Jango Fett, Boba Fett, Mandalorian, and other bounty hunters. Anything from Greedo's garage to Cad Bane's cabin is all up to you. You can submit the designs up to May 21st. Now, it doesn't say exactly what you'll get with this, but I think it's just a building challenge to participate in, and they'll just share whatever you've built. There's also a Make and Take event on May 4th where you can build Grogu in a little pram, and it's going to be on Sunday, May 4th from 12 to 2 p.m. local. It's going to be a U.S. and Canada. There's also going to be a event at the Garden State in Promise, New Jersey, and that's going to be on May 3rd at the same time. And it's just a cute little build, but it's always fun to do some in-store builds and get you to buy more things. Michael Helby was the vice chairman of the Lego Group company, but unfortunately, he has passed away. He was in a skiing accident in Switzerland. It is with great sadness that we receive the news of Michael's sudden passing. Chairman of the board wrote Thomas Kirk Christensen. Our thoughts and cares go to Michael's family and loved ones. We are now faced with having to process the unexpected loss of a man who, in all facets of life, had left a great and positive impression on others and around himself. It's extremely sad to hear that. And, unfortunately, accidents like this happen, and give all the best wishes to his family and all those that cared for him. Lego's quietly dropped the DEI language from its sustainability report. Now, I'm not a fan of this because it seems to be changing a lot of this based on the cultural and impacts of what could be tariffs, because this is just stupid. The Danish toy maker, in its annual statement, makes no mention of the terms diversity, LGBTQ+, or people of color in their latest report. Every year, we review and adapt our reports to ensure it complies with the latest requirements and affects our plans and results. But I thought Lego was for everybody. I guess they don't have to put that in there, but I mean, come on. It's supposed to outline exactly what they're doing, and the phrasing of the language definitely is trying to comply with the United States because it's their largest market, and they don't want to be tariffed out of the United States. And I mean, I don't get it. I don't, but I do. I don't know if that makes any sense. But come on, Lego. How about you stand up for what you actually believed in, that Lego's for everyone? And I think companies like this should be called out. I don't think that they should bend to the will of such corporations or governments that do not have any good or ill will towards those of any goodwill to DEI in this world. Lego store in Disneyland Paris is expected to reopen its doors this weekend, which means there's going to be an event, of course, on April 19th. They're opening with some treats, of course, for people likely to get some of their store details, maybe even some Star Wars stuff, and likely to get some Disney stuff. The display has some minifigures and brick-built displays, and of course, you've got the castle in the background. But I'm excited to see what they're going to be giving out. I love when they do these kind of events. Have I been to one opening? I think I got a set from opening, but I have not been to one personally. So maybe I'll get to one eventually. The Lego Formula One steering wheel build, which was free for a build event, is actually coming back to stores in the United States. They're going to be doing it on March 24th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., which is very nice to have come back. It was a great build, and it was very popular for people to see. And, I uploaded the instructions too if anyone was wanting to build that as well. But on top of that, they're also doing a build for Mother's Day flowers. On April 27th from 12 to 2 p.m., you can go to your local store and build a small, I guess, roses, but no, they're not roses. They've got a different flower piece to them. They're very pretty, and take your mom and have a fun time building a store together, and then ask if she'll buy a Lego set, or you should probably buy her some if she is a huge Lego fan. The Bricklink Designer Program Series 8 is now accepting submissions. This is until April 25th. You can submit your idea based on the outlines. I had one, but I did not have the time to make it. So Maybe I'll resubmit some that didn't make it through. Otherwise, it's just, it's a process that I hope other people's take on, and I'll just wait until Series 9 as they continue to do this every few months. The Lego house has opened its doors to a new creative experience in Billund. This is going to be the Forest of Dreams, which is open from the 11th and will continue on to June 10th. It infuses work from the Lego Play ambassador Chen Wenfan and the international paper cutting artist who is an international paper cutting artist. And it is like where you cut different paper and create these designs like the fanned out, and it's really cool, and the display looks absolutely beautiful, very colorful. Jen said, it's incredible to see my paper cutting techniques some come to life in the form of Lego, and I can't wait to see what guests feel like in the Forest of Dreams. Stating, play is also a powerful force. It encourages us to see the world differently, experience fearlessness, and share meaningful experiences with others. This is the managing director of the Lego house, and they're excited to showcase this. This is beautiful, and I've seen a lot of paper artwork that people have created, 3-dimensional or 2D, that really show creativity, and building in Lego is just the next step in that. Lego Fortnite Islands are launching, this time to test Adventure Times outfits. Adventure Times was a Lego series that they did it's been a while that they've done this, but it's now going to continue to introduce new skins and different things to the Fortnite realm that a lot of people, if they're interested in or love the TV show, now that they can get those minifigures back. I'm wondering if they'll ever do an Adventure Time series again. Unlikely, but hey, you never know. The Lego Masters in Germany has stopped. The Lego Masters has such a great impact in a lot of televisions, as you know, experiences play and constant growth for these designs in Lego and people. Unfortunately, Germany has stopped. They started in 2018, so it's been 7 years, and unfortunately, they will be ending with their 6th season. The United States is continuing. They're already in their 5th season, continuing their 6th season. So I know that it's been very popular in the United States, and I hope to see they still have some in Europe that will continue. Unfortunately, the German one has closed the curtain. The most sustainable factory for Lego in the world has just opened. It's in Vietnam, the manufacturing in Bun Giao province in southern Vietnam. Lego's 6th factory has opened, its second one in Asia. They did a great ceremony where they had the CEO and the COO show there, and they said, today marks an exciting milestone for us as we proudly open our 6th factory in the world. The state-of-the-art site reflects our commitment to sustainable growth and innovation, bringing more Lego play experiences to children and our fans in the Asian Pacific region through increased manufacturing capability. It is becoming the largest market for Lego, so they're going to keep expanding this. It has 12,400 rooftop solar panels, and it runs on 100% renewable energy by the beginning of 2026. So they're the upkeep, they're still starting, and it's a process, but it looks great. It's a factory, it's a Lego factory, but I'm excited to see the continued expansion for Lego. And alongside that, if you were able to go or you're an employee at the Vietnam factory, they're giving out some sets. They're exclusive sets of a 346 piece of the Vietnam factory for 2025. And it shows the layout of it, having the solar panels on the roof and the different plants and things in it, as well as I'm guessing they have a sculpture at the front of the factory. So this will go on sale probably on eBay and be an absorbent amount of money, but is very, very cool for architecture lovers like this. Free Lego Ideas, icons, and pirate ship displays. Now you can go over to Lego Ideas on the Insider Center and get, for no cost, these really nice displays. And what they are is they're framed sections where you can place your Lego set on it and have it displayed behind it. So there's the River Steamboat, looks like an old school kind of photo with the grainy gold and yellow feature to it. The Endurance is on an ice field. And the old pirate ship has the display of the backdrop from pretty much the set's image that they had on the box way back when. And you can go over to the Insiders Reward Center and get these for free. So do that and have them displayed proudly in a beautiful frame. The LEGO F1 collection is coming out on May 1st. This is the kind of collectible minifigure style, but there's no real minifigures. It's more of the helmet style and some other printed pieces. But you can actually go over on Pick a Brick and get a display podium for all 12 of them. It shows the instructions and that they can be at an angle. So once you collect them all, it's a great display piece built out of Lego. The building instructions are already up, and it's only 149 pieces. So it adds a nice display to it as well as a low piece count. And that's all the breaking news we have this week. Thank you all for tuning into this week's podcast. I really hope you're excited for May 1st as much as I am, and so much news that is continuing to come out. And make sure to subscribe to the podcast as well as the YouTube channel. We're getting up to almost 4,000 on there. I'm hoping to reach at least 5,000 by the end of the year, but I'd love to see that shoot up as I have some bigger projects that I'm going to be coming out with, so you might enjoy those. Now we're going to move into our set reviews. The first one is set 21062. It's a 18 plus set at The first one is set 21062, the Trevi Fountain. It's an 18 plus set at 1,880 pieces, and you'll receive 1,040 Insiders points. It has 25 reviews at 5 stars, and it costs $160. It is an update from what they did a small, very small Trevi Fountain way back in the day of the very small architecture sets, and this was their expansion of more detailed sets, and it is really well done. The Trevi Fountain did get a huge upgrade in the real world and just a restoration of it. And what's nice is it has the Trevi Fountain wall section to it, where it's not all white. It does have like the nougat style to the window sections and the walls, and it has 3 minifigures, all that are just statuettes styling to them with, I believe, Neptune as the main feature to it, and there's some horses kind of leaping out of the water section. And it's built into the rock, so there's different rock features on the ground and showing the cascading waterfall into the pool. I do not believe that you can throw coins in it anymore, but you could throw some minifigure coins in this, make a wish. There's even some people that make expansions with the street section to it as well. And at $160 at 1,800 pieces, it's a nice display piece for anyone that loves the Trevi Fountain and Italian culture and history. So this would be a nice addition. The water feature really shows that they're expanding into more detail like this, and an architectural expansion is always fun for architecture fans. The next one is a Rebrickable review at the Mango Rake Clock by Akiyuki, and it's by Planet GBC. It's 5,016 pieces made of Technic, and it's not cheap. It's 35 euros for this, and to be honest, I think it's worth it. I've seen this being built before on YouTube, and there's even a video that you can go check out the design of it. It's so intricate, using Lego motors, having the clock display and change the time as it moves around. I will say it is not quiet. I'd love if we could find some motors that would be quiet to do the same function to it, so maybe that will happen, but the detailing is amazing. It'd be a great wall clock or on display on a desk, and having the motion and reciprocation of a clock like this in Lego, I would love to see this as an official set one day, or a set like this to display the time in Lego. So head over to Rebrickable to see that and possibly purchase the instructions. All right, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, make sure to subscribe. If you leave us a review on the podcast, I'd really appreciate that as well. And you could also become a patron and really help out the Back to Brick brand. All right, everyone, I'll leave you as I always do. Get creative, get out there, and go build something.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.